Greetings and welcome. One Love Center for Spiritual Living. I am Reverend Rodney Giddens, and I am so glad, grateful, joyful to be here with you all. Whether you're watching live or watching a recording, welcome. Welcome to One Love Center for Spiritual Living. And right now we're going to start as we usually do with our opening song, One Love. And, begin just be, with yourself. Be with yourself, meaning you're with all of life, all of the one life, because that's all there is. And so, here we go. We're going to start it off with our opening song, One Love.
There's a place where love grows, where the spirit in you knows that you're welcome as you are, shining bright like every star. Come and learn, come and play in the sacred light of day. We're unfolding, growing free in the One Love family. One love, one life, one spirit divine, one heart, one life, your journey.
One Love, yes indeed. So once again, welcome to One Love Center for Spiritual Living. And this month we're talking about whole no matter what. And we don't mean a whole as in a whole, we mean a whole as in oneness. And today our topic is, who am I reflects how I am. I like to look at it as how you are being matching who you are. Well, that's pretty much the same. So, first and foremost, next, we're going to talk about who we are. One Love Center. We are divine beings on a mission to provide a stable and welcoming community for all who choose to learn, practice, grow, and play in the unfolding of their understanding of spiritual principles and spiritual living. This is what it's about. This is what it's about for all of us, yes? To unfold our understanding, our spiritual education, make it work for us, and know that it does work for us. And so what works is that we start with this vision. Okay, we have a vision. We envision a world as a sacred environment where spiritual living flourishes through the continual growth and development of learning and application of the spiritual principles. We see this not only for us, those who are in attendance with One Love, taking workshops or classes, but for everyone in the whole world. Okay, so we see this for everyone. Doesn't matter the religion, doesn't matter the level of formal education. We see it as a spiritual education, as a greater way for each and every one to live in harmony and respect, and most certainly love. And that everyone is our community, specifically here at One Love Center, has been lovingly created as a place of fellowship, meditation, prayer, sacred and healing services, musical celebration classes, workshops, spiritual film, and we'd love to get back to all of that. We're doing some of it. We're looking forward to doing that and more, and invite you as well. So One Love Center, we practice compassion in service, love in action, and joyous, prosperous giving in our community. And we welcome everyone, whether you've been with us before, your first-time guest, welcome to One Love Center. We recognize the splendor of the infinite divine spirit that is you. Please know that we support you in being the best you choose to be in this glorious life, and we thank you for celebrating spirit with us today. Welcome to a place where love grows. Welcome to One Love Center, Spiritual Living. Thank you for being with us. So, at this point, we're going to go even higher into the realm of infinite possibilities, the realm of truth, the realm of what we know to be true, through the one mind. And so please join me for this opening prayer, this evocation, evoking a word of the divine from within you, from within each and every one of us as one. And so knowing that there is only one, knowing that there is one presence, one power, one life. That life we simply call God, whatever name you use, doesn't matter. So, knowing that this is the truth, knowing that everything we do, everywhere we go, there is only one. There is only the power and the presence of the divine that lives its life as each and every one of us individually. And so I am so grateful in knowing that this is the truth for each and every one, that we get to be how we have been created. We get to allow this to unfold. We get to allow this to spread itself in all of our affairs of how and who we are. So I am knowing that everything is operating at peak efficiency as far as technology is concerned. I know that each and every one are making themselves available to be open to this word, open at the top, and knowing that it is all about the match of how we are living with who we are meant to be in this life, living authentically. And so I am knowing that this opportunity for this greater awareness is present, is here and now, and I just give thanks for knowing that there are those ready and willing to play along, to go within, could go deeper within, and in the same time go higher in our awareness, in our grand rising consciousness of awareness and truth, of love, peace, and joy, the prosperity and all the good that allows us, that supports us in being who we are here to be in the here and now. So with this in mind and in heart, through the spirit that energized, that this word spoken into the law, and the law knows what to do and how to do it. The law doesn't question. It knows what it is and how it works. So my job is to release his word, knowing that it's already spoken into the law of divine right action. I allow it to be the good as it unfolds to be here now. In releasing it, I give thanks. Let it be. I affirm it. Feel free to join me by saying amen. And so it is. And now it is. Peace and blessings, beloved. So what we're going to do is just jump right in. We're going to jump into the thought for the day, which is who I am, reflecting how I am, or is how I am being matching who I am? Is that a question that many of us get to ask of ourselves, such as not just who am I, but am I being in alignment with who I was created to be? Sometimes that's a lifelong answer to the same question. It seems to evolve over time. I know, I'll say I know this for myself, that who I thought I was many years ago is not who I am now. Now, let me kind of rephrase that. The things that I was doing many years ago did not reflect on who I am. And I would say that even now, I do have a strong sense that I am closer to being and living who I am than I was many, many years ago. However, same path. Okay. I was on the same path. I am on the same path. Even if it seemed like the train I was on, the train of thought, seemed to take some detours, switch tracks here and there. However, it's all the same path. It's all the same destination. Okay, there are different stops along the way, same destination of formally living the truth of who I am. And so, who we are on the inside reflects how we express ourselves on the outside. Our relationships even mirror who we are being in the moment. I can easily say for myself that as I made changes in my life, people I used to associate with the relationships that I used to associate with, I'd say they fell away. Or sometimes we say we had a falling out. Or I fall into a more positive and perhaps stronger aspect of who I am. A clearer aspect of who I am. And so sometimes we find ourselves criticizing ourselves. Why am I doing that? Why am I with these people? Why am I with this person? These things come up. These questions come up. And we don't always have immediate answers. And so we keep living in that same life, in that same bubble or the same box. However, once we begin to ask the question, is this for me? Why am I doing this? This is not what shows up in our life. Doesn't seem to reflect who I know myself to be. I know there's got to be more, and sometimes there's got to be less because it seems like a whole bunch of mess. Okay, what am I doing here? I need to fall back. I need to step down. I need to stop. Right? Has anybody experienced that in their lives? Have you ever gone through that where it seems like, man, this is a go round and it's not merry. It's a not merry go round. It's like, oh my goodness, I just want to get off. I just want to get off. What was that? The Jetsons. Hey, stop this crazy thing. However, it was me that had the power to stop at any time, especially when I found that I was looking outside of myself to create the inside. I'll be comfortable with me once I have this, once I do that, once life starts looking like this on the outside, I can match my inside to it. No, it doesn't work that way. So anyway, that's how we're going to open up. That's how we're going to start this conversation. Please feel free to use the comments and any thoughts or ideas, any concerns. If you disagree with anything I say, please feel free to mention it. It's a discourse, it's a conversation. And again, if at any time you're watching this recording, you can still feel free to email or text or put it into the comment so that we can know that, that, hey, you're contemplating this, and that's what it's about. It's about, again, a rising consciousness, the truth of who we are. Yeah, that's what it's about. And so, hey, look, we have some quotes. So what we're going to do is first, we're going to bring up the first one. And it says, who I am reflects how I am. That's our topic. Okay. So, yeah, is the inside shows up on the outer. Okay. Yeah, it's a reflection, not just that reflection of whether people see who I say I am. Those who are showing up are the reflection. They're reflecting back to me who I say I am. Have you ever experienced that? And you kind of scratch your head like, what are they looking at? Did I say that? Okay, talk about contemplation. So let's go into our first quote, which says the universe, let me make that bigger. It says the universe holds nothing against us. No matter how many mistakes we have made, we are still perfect beings within, and the within may become the without. If we will carefully train ourselves to listen to the inner voice of truth, which speaks to us in our moments of quietness and solitude. Science of Mind, page 470. It's so interesting because, first of all, Ernest Holmes, the founder of religious science, Science of Mind and Spirit, he says, in reality, there are no mistakes. In reality, it's not like a right or wrong. It's like, okay, well, we kind of fell short of our intention to be this or do that. And because of that awareness, we're still perfect beings. We're being as perfect as we can in each and every moment. And that's why he says, we carefully train ourselves to listen to the inner voice. That's the voice of perfection and truth. It's the still small voice. We hear that God speaks in a still small voice. I know God doesn't yell. God doesn't like, hey, stop. It's speaking all the time. Hey, I don't think you want to go there. Don't go there. It says stop. I mean, listen, there may be times when it speaks loudly, but most of the time, I need to be listening. Okay. So if I'm driving and I'm not paying attention and all of a sudden I put myself in a situation, I'll hear stop, and I better listen, but it's not like a yelling thing. It's not a complaining. It's not a nagging, that voice doesn't do that. It's like, hey, Rodney, you are love, be the love today that you are every day, and to me, that's how that voice works. And it's very easy to ignore. I'll tell you straight up. Sometimes I get going in the day, especially if I'm lagging behind in my meditation and my spiritual practices, and I just jump into the day, and I'm what is it called? Self-will run riot. It says that in one of the 12-step programs. Self-will run riot. It just takes off. That will, that ego. I got this. I know what to do and how to do it. Don't listen to that still small voice. Listen to me, the loud voice. You know how ego is? It's like it cries to be heard. Pay attention to me. I'm your buddy. We'll get it done. Yeah, but is that really who I am? Is that really who you are? Are you that loud noise that's constantly clamoring for attention? Like the 2-year-old. I'm not picking on 2-year-olds. I'm just saying they get this growing self-awareness as their human experience, and they're trying to they exercise that awareness on that human level. So anyway, sometimes it seems that some of us don't grow out of that, that we're constantly clamoring for attention. However, that still small, it says it speaks to us in moments of quietness and solitude. As I said, it's always speaking to me. Am I always listening, regardless of of where I am, whether I'm by myself or in a crowd? That still small voice is always guiding and directing. How about you? You, you know, um, and just let me see. Yeah, so we can ask ourselves at any time, am I listening to that inner voice in moments of quiet and solitude, or at any time, am I listening? Am I really paying attention? And quite often, we find that we could pay a deeper attention to that still small voice. Also, um, I know, again, I'm speaking for myself. However, since there's only one self, there may be some identification for you. The universe holds nothing against us. It seems like in this human form, it's very easy for us to hold stuff against ourselves, to criticize ourselves, to judge ourselves, to beat ourselves up. Has anybody ever gone through that? If you're going through it now, well, you can stop. You can consider this a still small voice that says, "Hey, beloved, let it go, let it be, drop it. Don't cry over spilt milk. Don't beat yourself up. Use a feather instead of a bat." Okay. Yeah. So let's go to the next quote. It says, "I know the world is bruised and bleeding, and though it is important not to ignore its pain, it's also crucial to refuse to succumb to its malevolence. Like failure, chaos contains information that can lead to knowledge." Toni Morrison, "No place for self pity, no room for fear." That's no in the Nation. That's from March 23rd, 2015. And it's interesting because, excuse me, isn't it easy to thank you. Isn't it easy to get caught up with the world, to get caught up with all of that activity, to get caught up with things that are not working the way we want them to work or think that they should work? It's crucial to refuse to succumb to that madness, to that malevolence. Excuse me, the malevolence is the thoughts, the thinking that seem to just revolve in our thoughts. At any time, we can stop ourselves from being on that knot, a merry-go-round. Okay? Not only that, but what can we learn from it? It says, like failure, chaos contains information that can lead to knowledge. And so, how often do we really pay attention to life's lessons that come from chaos? Excuse me. So that's the question we ask ourselves. How open am I to learn from the messages that are intrinsic in chaos in disharmony, failure? Am I just complaining about what happened? Or can I look at that silver lining in that cloud of malevolence? What am I learning and how can I use it for myself and all others? How can we use it? That's what we have to do. We have to acknowledge that fact that, you know what? It's not all bad. In fact, there is more good than what we call bad. If we want to live in that dual state of physical manifestation awareness, if you think about the news that's reported on TV and radio and the internet, sometimes it seems the focus is only on harm and hurt and so-called bad, which is unpleasantness. But please know that there is infinitely more good, more life-affirming things happening, more pleasing things happening. More instances of people not doing harm than those doing harm. That's got to be the truth, and you've got to know that. And this is where we live from. We know that on whatever level, that who we are in each and every moment, and for most moments, we can say that our thoughts aren't in harming one another. It's not showing up in how we live. Otherwise, there wouldn't be enough jails to hold people. All right. Society would really be in a big mess. Even though there are people who would have us believe that to be scared of everyone, to not trust our neighbors, our family, or not trust people who don't look like us or talk like us, whoever us is. It's our job to continue to reflect the truth of who we are. Okay? That information of whatever's going on out in the world leads to knowledge. That knowledge is what do we know? Okay? There's only one mind. This is the belief, not only of the New Thought communities, other religions as well. Know that there's only one life. They say, hey, this is a monotheistic, even if there's more than one God, there's always a main supreme being from which everything comes. One life. And that one life is the one mind that creates everything. You can't have two minds that created everything because that would be absolute chaos. Okay? There's only one mind. And we all can tap into that knowledge and wisdom of the one mind. And that's how we know that, as we can call it, life is good. Yes? Does that make sense? If you have any doubts, if you have any thoughts about that, put it in the comment. Let's talk about that. Or just share whatever you think about that. It's quite okay. We're going to move into the next quote. And that says that God, this is by Scott Aubrey, Reverend Scott, Spiritual Passages. You can find him on the internet. He puts together some wonderful information, and he writes, God is an intelligent, loving energy, and from this energy, a universe was created. You are a part of that divine beingness. The wholeness of the universe is the wholeness of you. And I think that's also a very powerful statement. It's a powerful statement because what it's saying is that this is who you are. The wholeness of the universe is a wholeness of you. So, who are you? You are loving energy, a divine being. This is what it says: whole, perfect, and complete, as is. There's nothing that you have to do to make it so. Our job is to reflect that from the inner to the outer. And so we ask ourselves a question: do you see yourself as part of the divine beingness? Do you see yourself as loving energy? First and foremost, you ask yourself, am I a divine being created with loving energy? Is this showing up in my life every day? We get to examine this, how this is showing up for us in all of our affairs. And that's the most important thing. We might think it, but is this how it's showing up? Let's go on to the next quote. It says, the unity of good is a revelation of great importance, for it teaches us that we are one with the whole and one with each other. The unity of good is a revelation of great importance, for it teaches us, the unity of good teaches us that we are one with the whole and one with each other. That's all there is one. This is the truth of who the I am is, as you. Yes, we are all individualized expressions of the one. However, we are still one. And I don't mean like on the physical basis. I don't mean the flesh and blood. We all bleed red. You know, we are only like less than 1% different because of our skin color, hair color, eye color, and all of that. No, that's not the oneness I'm talking about. I'm talking about we are one with all that is, all of life. And that's what this talks about. The revelation of the unity of good, united. Yes, we are all united. It's like, yes, there's no separation. You know, where you are and I am, wherever you are in the world, wherever I am, we are one. We are more than flesh and blood. Okay? There is the invisible thread that unites us all. The unity. We are united by the unity of good. Yes, we are one. I don't see anything in the comments yet. I'm sure there is one person who can make a comment, type in a question, and that's okay. So we have another quote that I can talk about. Let me bring that up very quickly. It says, boundaries open up to the possibility of mutuality in real time. They don't undo our history, but they are the choice to meet one another honestly through it, even for a moment. Prentice Hemphill, What It Takes to Heal, How Transforming Ourselves Can Change the World. Boundaries open up the possibility of mutuality in real time. It's one of the reasons I love to travel, to meet people, to see how similar we are, you know, to converse with folks. And I one of the trips I took this year, I got to the airport so early, very early. Although I could get into the airport, and I could move through the gates and everything. Um, we couldn't get to, I mean, move through uh, the getting our boarding ticket and everything. The lines were not open for TSA, and it was just myself and a woman who traveled over an hour to get to the airport, longer than that, because that was still the best way for her to travel. And we spoke and spoke, and we we kept matching our similarities. Yes, we were different. We grew up in different parts of the world, and she spoke different languages. And gratefully, she spoke English, and I don't speak those other languages. So, I mean, not grateful I don't speak. I say I didn't speak any other language. However, I'm grateful she spoke English, and we just spoke and talked about our travels and talked about living in New York, and it was just awesome. And so we put down the boundaries. You know, yes, we live within certain boundaries, but they didn't define us, and they didn't stop us. They didn't block us. Um, and moving within our boundaries, we were able to converse, and that was awesome. It was great, and we're still in touch. You know, this was like at the beginning of the year, and we're still in contact with each other. And so the boundaries of the planet permit us to do that, to converse. We don't succumb to the petty boundaries of fear. You know, no, you know, we are open to being resourceful in sharing who we are, talking about the ways of being. Uh, and that's one of the reasons I love to travel. And I believe it does help to heal the world when we share a smile with each other in the airport or on the plane, even if it's a noisy child sitting behind, somebody who's kicking the chair, somehow, I get to lean over and give a smile. Um, Not always my first thought, but I get to do that. And it's just very interesting because um, it's very easy to see that we seem to be separate and apart from one another. Yet we're all on some mission. We got a place to go. We got things to do. And as we commune with each other, converse with each other, is always an opportunity to create a message for others who are watching. You know how people watch, but they're not watching. They look, and then they look away. Everything is an opportunity to provide for that knowledge and wisdom of how we get along in the world. So I think that's really important. What it takes to heal, yeah, being who we are to the best of our ability, being authentic with who we are. I mean, when I travel, it's very interesting. When I travel and people say, "Hey, who are you? What do you do?" I can make up anything. Who they don't know. I can say, "Hey, I'm a scientist. I'm a doctor. Anything that I'm not really." But I could tell them that, and they'd believe it. What do they know? Of course, under further scrutiny, they might realize that no, I don't know how to do that, or I'm not that. But I think when we are authentic about who we are being, that makes a difference, especially to the people who are eavesdropping, because people are listening. You could be online in the store and talking about stuff, and people are listening, and they'll jump into your conversation, and I think that's fine. We engage people in being authentic and sharing and creating opportunity for greater learning, greater listening, greater learning, greater loving. Absolutely. Yeah. Hey, we had another quote. I'm going to bring that up very quickly. Well, actually, I'm not going to bring up a quote. I'm going to bring up a question. The question is, what would my life be like if I was authentically myself in every relationship? Contemplate on this for the week. Examine your relationships. Are you authentic in every relationship? Is there anything that you're holding back in any relationship? Anything that you're scared to reveal in every relationship? Well, here's what I have to say. Check it out. Okay. You don't have to have answers, but be willing to look, be willing to listen, be willing to explore. Don't beat yourself up. Use a feather as you're moving throughout your day and ask, am I being authentic? Okay. If not, what seems to be there in place? So this is what we do. This is how we get to have a grand rising consciousness. And before we move into the next part, I just want to give everybody a chance to look at that again. What would your life be like if you were authentically yourself in every relationship? Just take that on. You can go back and refer to this as many times as you like this week. What would your life be like? Yeah. So play with that for a moment. At this point, we're going to move into our affirmations. We're going to do our affirmations as we usually do. We're going to bring it home. We're going to allow ourselves to take this even deeper into the truth of who we are. Are you ready? And the first one is, and take a breath and give a breath. It is so that I honor the humanity and divinity in everyone I meet. Let's do that again. It is so that I honor the humanity and divinity in everyone I meet. Let's do the next one. Take a breath, give a breath. It is so that I am a part of that divine beingness. One more time. Breathe. It is so that I am a part of that divine beingness. Take on the next one. Breathe in. Breathe out. It is so that I am one with the whole and with others. I am one with the whole, as are all others. Let's take a breath and do that again. It is so that I am one with the whole and with others, as are all. I know this is the truth. And so it is, and now it is. Thank you so much. At this time right now, I invite you to join me going within to that high holy place. When we talk about a grand rising consciousness, this is the place of consciousness as it continues to rise in a greater understanding, awareness of the I am presence that I am, that each one is. And so in knowing that there's only one, knowing wholeness, that the creator of all, that has created everything out of itself and still remains whole, always more, never less, that in this space, in this place, in this awareness of oneness, yes, I am. And I know that this is true not only of myself, this is true for all other ones of the one, individualized expressions of the one. I am knowing this about each and every one. And so I am knowing that, yes, each one has every opportunity to live authentically into who they are, who they were created to be, and how it shows up in the world, in the individualized world, the world that is seen from whatever angle, from whatever aspect, that each one says, yes, I am a divine being living from the divine place and space of this rising consciousness into more of who I am, moving past the boundaries. I know that I am living in the now moment of wholeness, living authentically with everyone I meet and greet in my world and all the intersecting worlds of that show our interconnectedness, because each one is interconnected. There is a stream of consciousness that moves in, through, and as each and every one of us throughout all of what we call time. There is no separation. And so I give thanks in knowing that this authenticity shows up in all aspects of life. It shows up in our relationships. It shows up in our relationship with ourselves, with our health and well-being. It shows up in our relationship with money and our finances and health and well-being in that area as well. Knowing that, yes, it is Mother, Father's, God, great pleasure to give of itself, give of its queendom, its kingdom, and saying, yes, there is great available for each and every one of us, great and good, more money, more of supply, more of anything and everything that makes life worth living in opulent fashion. There's no reason to settle for less. And so I am knowing that each and every one says yes to all that is in their favor, all the good that one can believe, that one can receive, that one can share. I am knowing that this is the truth as each and every one of us lives authentically, that there is more of us to share in wonderful, uplifting, powerful ways. I give thanks for knowing that this is the truth, that each one gets to do this, gets to be this, gets to have this by simply saying, yes, I am a divine being of all, with all of the divine beings as one. And so I know this word spoken into the law of divine right action is returning full to overflowing. It's already happening. It's already showing. It's already reflecting in these individualized expressions of the world, the wholeness of the world, that each one is a part of it. And so I know that speaking this word, it's showing up already. I'm so grateful to know that the law knows what to do, how to do it. I speak this word into the law because it's perfect. It knows what to do, how to do it, when to do it, and it does it quite well. And so how grateful I am to know that yes, it is the good that I know is continually reflecting, and allow it to be that good. I allow it to be that good because I know it is. And this is the truth. I affirm it by saying, amen, right on, and so it is, and now it is. Thank you. Peace and blessings. We actually have a song to go along with all of this. And we're going to put it up right now. You're going to love this if you...
All around us everywhere are messages we see. How to think, how to act, how to live and be. They tell us that we're ugly. They tell us that we're fat. They tell us we'll feel so much better if we just buy that. But here's a little secret, here's a little clue. Those messages you see and hear have nothing to do with you. You are God's creation. You're beautiful and free. So open your ears, open your mind, and repeat after me. I am incredible. I am powerful. I am a miracle. I am divine. Incredible, powerful. Powerful, a miracle. Incredible, powerful, a miracle, divine.
Incredible, powerful, a miracle, divine. I am all that I am. I am, I am, I am. I am all that I am. I am, I am, I am. Yes, I am.
Perhaps you think it's crazy. Perhaps you think it's lame to call yourself a miracle. Well, isn't that just vain? But God is a serious genius. God makes no mistakes. Everything about you is divinely made. Your eyes, your face, your arms, your legs, you're a work of art. And if you don't believe me, ask your heart. Turn within, you will see it's radiant and strong. The power that created you has been there all along. Say it. I am incredible. I am powerful. I am a miracle. I am divine. Incredible, powerful. Powerful, a miracle. Incredible, powerful, a miracle, divine.
Incredible, powerful, a miracle, divine.
Yes, all that and more. That's the truth of who we are. I am all that. Yeah. Yes, indeed. And a great song. It's a great truth. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And so, right now, there's a couple other things to talk about. And first and foremost, we have the book of the month. Prentice Hemphill, I mentioned that was a quote that we use, what it takes to heal, how transforming ourselves can change the world. So definitely check out, this is the book of the month, What It Takes to Heal. Wow, to develop interpersonal skills necessary to break down doors of disconnection. Yeah, that's who we are. That's really, we're all here to support one another. All right. Also, tech support. One Love Center is requesting technical assistance for our Sunday broadcast. Do you know someone or have a heart to serve our mission? Contact us, please, at email onelove@onelovecenter.org or call 646-685-3344. We appreciate your willingness and desire, whether you get someone in touch with us or you get in touch with us. Thank you. And today, in this month, the Science of Mind magazine, Reverend Dr. John Waterhouse is doing the daily guides. And his affirmation is, I always know what I need to know to reveal the divine essence of my being. And there's a quote from Ernest Holmes. It says, we believe that God is personal to all who feel this indwelling presence. And so Reverend Dr. John is writing in the Science of Mind magazine. You can have the Science of Mind magazine for yourself. Just send us an email and we will arrange for you to get 6 months free of the Science of Mind magazine. And so you'll be covered for the rest of the year. And it's awesome. There's so many readings, so even our Belinda Suazo has an article in the Science of Mind magazine. So that is great. It's a very meaningful article. And I'm just so honored that, I got to edit it a little bit. However, I'm just so grateful that there are people that you know, people that you don't know, that you can get some of this knowledge and wisdom about this spiritual, this metaphysical teaching. So just very powerful. So get it. Send us an email, by the way, if you want that Science of Mind magazine. Coming up very soon, Convention of the Americas. I'm going to be there. Belinda Suazo will be there. She's one of our practitioners, as well as Lita Perez. Lita Perez, we are praying for her health and recovery, knowing that, right where she is, every cell in her body knows what to do and how to do it to return to that sense of wholeness and perfect well-being. So the Convention of the Americas, so to say, she's not going to make it to the Convention of the Americas. However, you can. July 21st to the 25th. Early bird pricing is over. However, you can still make it. You can still come and join many of us from the Americas and from outside of the Americas as well. It's a wonderful time. There is some rituals. There is meditation. There is song. There is play. There is just everything in this spiritual convention. So there's travel in the areas. So you'll have a great time. And you get to help me celebrate my birthday. Okay. So, that's on the 23rd. So make sure you're there in time. I'll cut a slice of cake for you. All right. Next is, again, save the date. This is August 13th. This is like a month after one convention. Here's another conference. It's called Celebrating Our Soul. Okay. And it's brought to you by People of African Descent, New Thought Group. And I'm going to play a very short promo. Here it is.
Rudy Nyumbani is Swahili for come home. The People of African Descent New Thought Group invite you to follow your ancestral call to attend Celebrating Our Soul, Claiming Our Sacred Power at Unity Village from August 13th through 16th, 2026. This special time calls you to awaken, remember your sacred power, take the journey to transform challenge into conquest, where you depart from your former self to embrace your genuine power. Our music will inspire you. Our singers will awaken you. Keynote speakers like Ishmael Tete will serendipitously or intentionally connect you with your spirit and your roots. Reverend Michael Beckwith will have you on your feet, either praising God or getting down from your inner spirit to the top of your crown chakra. The African drummers from the Traditional Music Society and the Isoke dancers will have you dancing with your ancestors. And the brilliant masterclass presenters will open your minds and hearts in miraculous ways. Energy healing workers will restore your body so that it is in alignment with your newly revived spirit. You can get Reiki, a massage, craniosacral therapy, or do daily Qigong with Baji Daniels. There are many activities on the program and a couple of off-site trips. but you can stay on the grounds and chill if you'd like. Enjoy the fountains or labyrinth or peaceful trails, or simply chill with your friends. If you can't be there in person, don't fret. Our virtual option is now available. Virtual registrants will be able to access the Zoom recordings 2 weeks after the conference ends, Monday, August 31st. The recordings will be available for 1 month through September 30. To be there virtually on Zoom, go to padntg.breezechms.com/form/COS virtual 2026. Again, that's padntg.breezechms.com/form/COS virtual 2026. It's up to you how you celebrate your soul. But whatever you do, please celebrate you and get your ticket today at padntg.org. See you there.
Yes, and you can still get group discounts for 5 or more. So you definitely want to attend that. I will be there. I'm one of the program chairs and one of the co-founders. So it's just a wonderful time. So thank you for sharing with us today. Thank you for being with us. Give thanks to our practitioner, Belinda Suazo, Belinda Suazo. Thank you all for contributing. Thank you for being with us. And also, we look forward to seeing you next week. And our topic next week is what we believe about wholeness. And we're going to take that into consciousness as well. So we look forward to celebrating spirit with you as usual. We're going to have our closing song. And but before that, I'm going to pray us out, and then we'll do it with music. All right. So please join me as we go within, knowing that yes, now is the time. Now is always the time. All there is now. Now to reflect our true inner selves in our outer world. Because I'll tell you the truth. People see who we are anyway. They know the truth of who we are even before sometimes we admit it, before we recognize it. However, now is the time to recognize, to recognize, to know and know again that yes, who I am being, and even becoming more of, because I'm already it. Each and every one of us is already it. And every moment is an opportunity to be more aware of who I am, of who each and every one of us is. A reflection of the divine is who I am. Say that for yourself each and every moment of the day, every day. The reflection of the divine is who I am. I am a reflection of the divine. This is the truth. It's always been the truth, especially right now. And so it is, and now it is. Peace and blessings, beloved. And right now, we're going to have our closing song, which everybody loves our closing song, because it's all about one love. Ooh, let's do it. And we'll be back. Say goodbye.
There's a place where love grows, where the spirit in you knows that you're welcome as you are, shining bright like every star. Come and learn, come and play in the sacred light of day. We're unfolding, growing free in the one love family. One love. so far. Love in action, service true. The divine spirit that is you. We're awakening, can't you see? Living love and living free. One love, one life, one spirit divine. One heart, one life. Your journey and mine. Where compassion flows and grace abounds. One love, where love grows, love is found. One love, where love grows all around. Yeah, yeah. Welcome to this sacred space where we honor every face. The splendor of the God in you, shining through in all you do. Learning, growing hand in hand. Together we will understand. Prosperous, giving, hearts set free. One love is our destiny. One love, one life, one spirit divine. One heart, one life. Your journey and mine. Where compassion flows and grace abounds. Oh, one love, where love grows, love is found. One love, where love grows all around. One love, where love grows all around. One love, where love grows all around. Welcome home to one love. Yeah. Welcome home to one love. Where love grows. Where love grows. Where love grows.
Peace and blessings, one love all around. Yes, this is the truth of who we are. Peace and blessings. We'll see you again next week. Feel free to comment anytime in between. Let us know how authentically you are showing up in your world for each and every one. Peace.